This is CHSTV.
Good morning, Cathedral. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Sheridan with your morning announcements for Thursday, October 17th.
Let's start off today's show with a message from Mrs. Cannon.
Good morning, Cathedral. Let's first start off with what's been happening with our sports teams. Yesterday, our girls field hockey played a very hard game in the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, the season for them has come to an end, but I want to extend a big thank you, congratulations to each and every one of you for your hard work, determination, and to the coaches for bringing you this far and for all their dedicated hard work. Last week, boys baseball team, also their season unfortunately ended with the quarterfinals, and a big thank you and congratulations to each one of you, the student athletes, and to coaches who also worked with you throughout the season. As you know, the cross country is still ongoing. Boys volleyball, girls basketball, and of course tomorrow we have the big football game at Cardinal Newman against Cardinal Newman. You'll get more information about that. So well done. Yesterday evening we were here for a beautiful ceremony recognizing the honor roll recipients and award recipients for the awards of excellence and for the Director's Award. It was a beautiful, memorable evening to mark milestones in academic excellence here at Cathedral. A big thank you to all the staff involved in planning for the evening and ensuring that it was delightful and memorable. To Mrs. Thibault, Mrs. Tambasco, Mrs. Van Veen, Mrs. Brotherston, Mrs. Morrison, Miss Craig, Mrs. Fitzpatrick, to our wonderful Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Vanderlinden, Mr. McNorgan for leading us in prayer, Mr. McMillan for the tech support and expertise, certainly always present, our yearbook photographer, thank you very much, and for all the setup that was done and the takedown. A big thank you to the students in hospitality for their food preparations for the evening, and to the teachers, Ms. Jordan and Mr. Crosta. A special address was delivered yesterday evening by Mr. Tom Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins is a very proud Cathedral graduate and alumnus. He is a big supporter of Cathedral. If anyone wants to measure success in terms of where one has gone in life and the contributions to society, whether here at home or abroad, certainly Mr. Jenkins fits that bill perfectly to a T. So right now, I just ask you to please take your attention to your TV monitor for this very special message from Mr. Tom Jenkins, who is chair of OpenText Corporation, which is Canada's largest independent software company.
Hi, my name's Tom Jenkins, and I'd like to thank Mrs. Cannon for giving me the opportunity to speak to you this evening. I grew up on Spadina Avenue, not far from where you are today, although today I live in Waterloo, and I'm the chairman of the largest software company in Canada, OpenText Corporation. It's really important to recognize that achieving excellence now at this level in high school is very important as preparation for achieving excellence later on. Once you learn how to get an A in high school, it gives you a great opportunity and a greater chance to receive an A when you go to university. And so the work ethic that you're building now, I compliment you on and encourage you to continue that work ethic, because it does make a difference later on. Dream big. I was just like you and got scholarships and went on to do many degrees at various universities throughout Canada in engineering as well as in business, and was fortunate enough to be involved in many startups in tech in Canada, and all starting from where you're sitting today. I hope you enjoyed the new Mac Lab. I don't want to tell you how long ago it was since I was a student at Cathedral, but I can assure you there were no computers at the time, and that was quite a tall order when I had to go into engineering and find out what computers were all about for the first time. You're going to have an advantage now, so use it. Whether you go into the social sciences or engineering or the computer sciences, make full use of those laboratories, because that laboratory gives you an advantage when you go into first year. So I hope you all make good use of that facility, because it's quite unique for a high school to have something like that. And lastly, I'd like to congratulate you all on your awards. I was reflecting on when I've received awards from Cathedral, and I must tell you that one time I received a gold medal from Bishop Redding, which promptly fell onto the floor at the Cathedral in front of hundreds of people. So I'm sure nothing can happen to you tonight as embarrassing as that was for me. But congratulations, and I hope all of you continue to succeed and do well in your future career.
And we'll be back with your Council Corner update right after this.
Hey Gales, as you know, tomorrow our football teams play Cardinal Newman on the new turf field. The juniors play at 5, and the seniors play at 7 for second place. We'll be having a pep rally during 5th period tomorrow, followed by some food after. Many of you said you would rather have pizza than a barbecue. So tomorrow after school, you can grab a slice of pizza and a drink for only $1. After that, we will hop on the city bus and head to Newman to crash their party with our school spirit. Prizes will be given out at the game to the most spirited fans, so bring everything you've got that's blue and white.
As this is Newman's first football game on their new field, there are going to be a lot of Newman students there cheering on their team. We want to do the same in true blue style. Face painting will be offered after school, but we want to see you there to see a big sea of blue and white at the game. During lunches tomorrow, you will have the chance to make your own signs to use at the game. Tomorrow is a spirit wear day here at school, and yes, we will have new spirit wear to sell tomorrow afternoon. We will be selling the True Blue Gale t-shirts from the council office for $10 during lunches. That's all for your Council Corner update, Gales. We'll see you tomorrow for the pep rally, after school, food, and football games. We hope you're excited as we are. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, guys. There will be a board game club meeting today at 3 o'clock in room 337. The game of the week this week is drum roll. Thanks from Mr. LaRock. Also, all students going on the art crawl trip, please meet in the chapel immediately after the announcements. Thanks from Miss Rouse. There will be an astronomy club meeting today after school at 3:10 in room 308. All are welcome to attend. No experience is required. You will be discussing the different kinds of telescopes available for purchase and what you need to know before you buy.
An upset in the playoffs was not to be for the Cathedral field hockey team. Playing against a fast Cardinal Newman team, Cathedral held on for the first half, but eventually fell 4-0 to Cardinal Newman. The team can be proud of their improvement over the course of the season. The valuable experience they gained will pay off next season. Special mention to Captain Sarah Carrero, who did a tremendous job leading the young team, and to Taisha Galizo for anchoring the defense. Cathedral players are reminded of the meeting tomorrow morning at 7:45 in room 206. See you then, and thanks for a great season. From Miss Lucier and Miss DiBiase.
There will be a cross-country practice today immediately after school, depending on the weather. Please meet on the back field dressed and ready to run as soon as possible after the bell. Thanks from coaches Cappadocia and Deneen. And now I'll pass it over to Mr. McNorgan.
Thanks. Our 10th annual pilgrimage walk is coming up on Sunday, so I want to give some heads up information to those who will be taking part. First of all, it's not too late to register. Monday morning will be too late. However, you can still get your permission forms into my office as soon as possible, preferably today and tomorrow, because we do have to reserve seats for buses that will be returning from St. Daniel's School. That's where the pilgrimage walk ends up after an opening mass here at Cathedral, walking up the rail trail, ending at St. Daniel, and then some of our students I know will need buses back to Cathedral, but I need to know in advance if you need to be on that bus. And also we want to make sure that there's some pizza for you up at St. Daniel. So book ahead, get your permission forms into me, room 211, as soon as possible. When you do arrive on Sunday, please come between 10 and 10:30. You need to check in with Mrs. Bellavia, our lead secretary. She'll set up a table down the hall toward the staff room. So head down there. Make sure that you are signed in. So many people. There will be 3,000 people here that morning. I may lose sight of you. But I want to have you registered so that I can credit you with your 5 hours of community service for doing the walk, and another 5 hours of service you get credited when you bring in pledge donations. So do sign in, and Mrs. Bellavia will also give you a ticket, so when you get up to St. Dan, you can get yourself a slice of pizza. The slice of pizza is just kind of a bit of a morsel. It's not exactly lunch, so eat a really good breakfast on Sunday morning. And if you need, bring some snacks, some granola bars in your pockets. There will be no water bottles handed out. We're trying to save the environment. So bring your own water bottle, fill it up, and along the way, there will be some water filling stations as well. Dress for the weather. Might be a little bit rainy on Sunday. But the walk will go ahead, rain or shine. So you might want to wear layers as well in case you get too warm walking. Bring an umbrella. And I think that's about it. Get those donations in. You can bring them in on Sunday, or you can bring them in the following week. But do your very best at raising some pledge donations, because the Pilgrimage Walk, it's not only a great experience of solidarity for us and the 3,000 students who take part, but it's a huge expression of solidarity for our brothers and sisters in Uganda, Haiti, and Dominican Republic.